the problem here is that they did lose train so far in the series. In this tournament, they lost 16-11 to G2. And even the wins they had over G2 was Dust2 and Overpass. It was overtimes in both the games, 19-17. So they've gone so far here, but it hasn't looked as convincing as Astralis have. Astralis are right now, they haven't dropped more than 10 rounds on whichever maps they've won so far. So here we go, though. T side, as Astralis opts on the CD side of the map pick of NRGs. And the final tournament for Daps with this particular lineup, he would be looking to leave with a bang. And we do see Ethan smoking a couple of flashbangs. The smokes will be deployed. The flash is going to be popping out very soon as well, as it is going to be the hit towards the upper bomb side. Glaive with a nade primed and ready. The timing is perfect. Tarek getting a chunk taken out of him, as Dupree is going to strike first.
It's a nice opener for Dupree. But where does it go from here? Glaive spamming through the smoke, attempting to deny the bomb plant. Isn't quite successful in his mission. But the backstab from Magisk could still be so much better. He's taking the firefights. He gets one of the kills at least, but Ethan will trade it. And it's down to Ethan and Cirque. Cirque, 98 HP and has armor. Hiding behind the E-box right now. The flashbang's gonna soar past him, startle him ever so slightly. Ethan and Cirque get a kill apiece. This could be their pistol round now. It's all up to Glaive, and he isn't able to master it. Cirque with a 2K, the savior, as NRG will open it up with a big pistol round win. But as you can see, the odds there, of course, expected to be heavily favored to Astralis.
Absolutely, but NRG don't give a damn. Ethan there, right? He was so very low. It was a 2v3. He did such a good job staying alive. Helped out by the fact that it was a pistol round. Astralis didn't have any nades, no Molotovs to flush him out from Olaf. So not only does he stay alive, he even picks up the kill as well. And then Cirque, of course, doing God's own work towards E-box. And that is going to be NRG winning the very coveted T-pistol round. For Astralis, the force is, of course, going to be coming in. The double scout setup and MP9 as well. But Breezy's going to open things up, finding Glaive. Magisk finds one, but gets quickly traded to Predo, switching quickly to the AK-47. He could be a thorn here.
Ooh, the MAC-10 in the rear. Gonna tag them up, but it'll actually be Cirque and Tarek to get both of the kills. NRG quickly thrashing their way through off the back of the pistol, as you'd expect to try and continue on here. Give themselves some leg room ahead of Astralis. Now, it's Train, it's CT side Astralis. Once they get their groove on, Blair, once they get those buys out, that's really where we're going to see a benchmark of how accurately these rounds are going to go, right? Right now, NRG, on your T side, you've got a little bit of momentum to play with. You have the weaponry advantage, you've got the confidence. But Astralis on their CT side at full form, it's going to be a definite different task to fight against.
Oh, indeed. These 3 rounds are essential for NRG if they want to fancy the chances here. A full eco, the USP from Zipnix. I still don't know which way to go with that one. He won't really get much done here, as Magisk does find Cirque. And Magisk, bear in mind, the highest rated player going into today in the tournament so far. He has been really on point. And with that AK-47 in the hands of Device, I don't think they're going to be looking to really go for anything crazy here. Just kind of hold on to the AK, save it for the next round. It is going to be the buy coming in for Astralis. And Daps on the hunt, though. I was listening to this podcast. I do believe it's Counterpoints with Thorin and Moses, where they had Chet Armapet, the coach for NRG, on the podcast. And we're talking about why Daps would, why he left the team, or why the rest of the teammates, decided to let go of Daps and get Stan. And the main thing was his fragging prowess. It's always been a problem for them, especially on the CT side, where they expect a certain side to be held down or a certain part of the map to be held down by Daps. And unfortunately, he does struggle to do that, which would lead to holes in the CT defense. So it's pretty interesting to know that that was one of the main factors why Daps has been let go by the team. But that being said, there are rumblings in the rumor mill that Cloud9, a certain Cloudy9 organization, are looking to pick him up as well. Newsflash there for everyone watching.
A little tidbit.
Yeah.
Bleffax, I don't know.
Or rather, I'm just a CS nerd. I like knowing about what's happening in all these teams. But here we go. Full first buy coming out for Astralis, and Device with AWP. Nice flashes being tossed in, but a couple of good counter flashes as Dupree opens it up, but an immediate trade comes in. Breezy picking up the kill, and Cirque is going to win the duel against Device. He's going to pluck him. And a man advantage with NRG.
Glaive, up close and personal towards the E-box. We're going to try and make this one a little bit more of a ruckus of a round. and bring the pain to the side of NRG. They're left in the 3 versus 3. However, Astralis, much more clean-cut in terms of the health advantage. They're all looking very effective into this one. The spray coming through early on from Magisk, going to be able to overthrow Cirque, and it all comes down to Taric. 1 versus 3, not a chance, as Glaive will spot him out with the M4 and massacre his way through him. A 2K for Glaive into the round, and the first on the board for Astralis. Most likely the first of many here.
Glaive, the smoke god. You give a smoke right in front of him, he's probably going to win that deal 9 times out of 10. But for NRG, I don't think they're going to be too chuffed about the fact they lost that round. They did manage to do a little bit of damage as well. We see the full buy coming out. The Kriegs galore as Breezy and Ethan going to be wielding that. Taric as well, 3 Kriegs. It is the Krieg meta, and with the Aug nerf, which is going to be implemented in the forthcoming tournaments, you might be seeing more of this coming out, and a nice tag there by Cirque onto Device, not able to really capitalize on it. However, Device will survive, saved by his teammate. Glaive finding Breezy as well, so 1 by 1 they're falling. They're doing a bit of damage, but not quite enough to get the kill.
Yeah, you've got the tags off. You've at least put some scars on the Astralis lads, but it's actually converting those into kills from this point forward. Capitalizing on that is going to be a struggle. They're out towards the A site though. The fight coming through. Magisk in the elevated angle gets an easy shot off on towards Ethan. And it's just Taric and Daps left to try and claw this one back from essentially the jaws of defeat. Dupree loses his head. Overconfident on the push. Taric able to show him a new style of play with a flick up. Cuts his head clean off, and it all comes down to Daps daintily making his advance. Gets over towards Connector, but it's cleared by Xyp9x. And that will be the kill coming through. A second round for Astralis there, as there's not too many casualties either. They're trying to keep these ones quite clinical.
Yeah, they just lost 2 players that round, 2 players around prior as well, so they are slowly but surely starting to build up a tiny little bank there. Magisk and Dupree, the 2 casualties though, so they will have to expend a bit of money as they will repurchase their equipment and weaponry. For NRG, it is going to be Glocks all around. Yep, a Zeus in the hands of Taric and a couple of flashbangs. So we'll be looking to just go for a fast explode towards inner. There we go. They're going to be wasting much time. Device spots a couple of players out, whiffs the shot, but that's okay. He's going to be tossing a Molotov, finding his way towards safety. Nice flashbang. That's going to allow them to make the way towards the site, and getting up charging on Taric, trying to go for the Zeus, and Device trying to deny them. The nade's going to be perfect as well, and Xyp9x would ensure that Daps gets to, well, that doesn't get anything done. Device with a nice hole there, and ably supported by his teammate.
Very, very effective. Just instantly cleaning house when it came into that one. Of course, all it was about for NRG was the money. They wanted the moolah, they wanted the wonga, they wanted the readies, but they weren't able to get anything. Not a single dime going their way off the back of that, of course, with the bomb plant not actually coming through. Equalized scoreline, equalized stance with the firepower. They're going to go head-to-head, and let's see if there will be a bit of a change of pace now coming through. NRG, do they have any tricks up their sleeves for us? The aggression on Astralis as well, already on display. Feeling confident to push up, clear towards Pop Dog, the Molotov out towards Ivy as well. Deep control coming through to try and slow down NRG in their tracks.
Look at this aggression from Astralis. They're pushed in towards Pop Dog. They have control out of yard as well. Molotov burning towards Team Mid. And of course, that is the player. I do believe that's Glaive. Oh, sorry, that's Magisk with that Aug, which is waiting towards Ivy. NRG, they've been forced to slow things down. The fact that they gather up right outside Ivy means they're going to be at least showing the presence there. The question is that going to force any level of rotation from Astralis? Because they are in pretty good spots here. They don't really have to budge. The smoke going to be deployed as Daps is going to be making his way all the way through all 1.6 as Glaive. Getting pressurized here. He's gonna strike 1, 2, looking for more. The spray transfer and control is pristine. He finds all 3, and that's gonna leave only 1 player left alive. Ethan with a lot of work to do, and Xyp9x will shut him down. 4-3 for Astralis, and that was such a clean round.
They need some history homework, Blair, because they just got schooled there. That was absolutely ridiculous. The spray control was lovely. Positioning worked out well. No one was ready for it. And he has just brutally smashed his way through them. They're going to be headbanging into these rounds going forward with confidence. 4-3 in terms of the scoreline. But that round was just a exclamation mark hammered into the minds of NRG. Now coming back into it with just the we can buy the pistols, Daps! If he's going out with a bang. See you later, Dupree.
Well, he can frag, that's for sure. But look at the positioning from Glaive. He's out wide in the open, and Breezy, he's going to get a kill for himself as well. These Deagles are really finding their mark. Magisk does reply back, make that 2. He finds 2 quick kills, equalizes things out. And now Ethan, well, he does strike, finds a device, so things are still looking a little dicey for Astralis. But I say that, and Zipnix is going to find Tarek, making a 2v2. That's a 1-2 wombo combo of Magisk and Zipnix is making things a little bit more miserable for NRG. It looked like for a moment there it could have been possible, but Ethan now, he's got the bomb, he's got a CZ. But can he find the kills?
Ethan tiptoeing his way out. Slowly shifting his way up towards the A site. Going to get over towards Bomb Train. But Magisk's arrived just in the nick of time. Spots him out on the corner, can save the AWP as well, and pass that back over to Device into the following round. And NRG, they go for a pause. The Deagle one-shots worked. They had the aim. They had the upper hand when it came to catching them off guard, but they couldn't quite win out the round. And now they need to talk about things, of course. Work out where they want to go with this and distribute the cash properly, get the buy back in. They're going to be able to reinvest. They've got money to spend. They just need to have the strategy to back it up.
Indeed, and that's the thing with Astralis, right? They lost a pistol, they lost the 2 anti-ecos, but after that, it has been the Dane train all the way. As NRG taking the time, talking things through. The Kriegs come out again. Daps with the AK, Silk with the AWP. He's been pretty good, at least in the initial duels. He's been hitting some pretty nice shots as well, even out-dueling Device early on one of the early buys of Astralis. Unfortunately, not able to close it out. And here we go, though. A lot of utility being purchased, and once again, Astralis will... Ooh, that nade right in the face, Cirque down to 54 HP. And they just bully you towards this teammate area with the utility usage by Astralis. And here comes the flashes popping out, though. That's going to allow Daps to make his way towards Olof, but Dupree will get the peek on him. And that's the opening frag going the way of Astralis. And no trade incoming as Cirque will have to fall his way back to safety.
Luckily, he can B-hop his way out of there. The smooth moves, so he can stay alive to fight again. Glaive, paranoid about Pop, spots the cross from Ethan and retreats further back to a more defensive angle. It's a 5 versus 4, but Cirque is fairly low. Lost 60 HP on that initial confrontation. They are grouping themselves up. They're getting ready to try and go for a burst together as a squad here. They've still got about 50 seconds left on the clock, and they have utility as well. They're actually going to go for the smoke over. The fake smoke in towards the A site to block off both positions to try and cause them to believe this will be an A play. In reality, Blair, they're going down towards B. Ethan can smoke down ramp if he wants to. Cirque as well has another one. They've got the flashbangs to flash over. Instead, they're going in dry. The flash doesn't bloom. They're not going to be able to spot them out and blind them. Zipex just roaming around, gets 1 kill. Ethan will trade it. They've got site control, but can they hold it?
Then Molotov is going to be a problem. Cirque somehow lucky to stay alive. The smoke does help him out. And Breezy, it's all going to be down on him. He's the player with the health to work with. He's pushed in a pretty aggressive angle as well. Can he do much is the question. Device with a snipe from long distance, and Breezy spots out a player, finds one. Glaive in the meantime finding Ethan, making life a little miserable here, but Breezy, he's not stopping anytime soon. He's got 2, looking for more, and is going to continue to aggress. Doesn't get the third, Dupree will find him. It's all on Cirque. What a flick shot, but he doesn't quite get the kill. Now he's trapped in the corner, but the bomb is ticking away. Can he find one more? Yes, he can, with another beautiful flick, and Device now desperately pushing in, trying to get the kill, but Cirque has played this to perfection. The no-scope doesn't land, but that's okay. Does he have the time? No,
Surely
he doesn't.
not.
No, he doesn't. And it's going to be NRG winning the round. What a hero play by Breezy, and Cirque with some sick flicks.
Cirque, the delay machine there at the end, denying the push towards the site, being able to slow them down, keeps them at an arm's length. The second Device actually arrives on the scene and gets into close proximity. He's still able to overthrow him, but it didn't matter. Even with a kit, there was no time. They're going to lose that round. NRG, they put another mark on the board. They're going to try and keep this going, go toe-to-toe. Of course, Astralis, they still had a healthy economy. They can reinvest back into it. However, for NRG, the downside is they don't have too much money to spend onto nades going into this. The utility is going to be limited, and it might be quite rough for them going forward into this round.
Well, For Astralis, though, despite losing that round, money, not really a problem. They still have quite a bit of leftover cash as well, despite that full purchase. I don't like the setup, though. Just up close, device, a little bit at the back. It's going to be using that smoke to delay the plays towards Ivy a little more. And a much more slower pace coming out from NRG. Still have the 3 smokes, you know, Flash and a Molotov still in play. Oof, that nade doing a bit of damage. A double nade, in fact, with Breezy smartly repositioning himself. And then Molotov comes out again. Astralis using a utility early on, but I like the way they're doing it. They're keeping the T's at bay. They have an inkling that NRG are looking to wrap in from this Ivy area. 3 players from Ivy. They have 1 towards mid. I do believe that is Cirque. Oh, Breezy just waiting for that peak. Magisk finds himself headless, and now comes the pincer.
Oh, the tiptoe up, spots out Dupree. But Dupree quicker on the draw. They bypass each other in the smoke, though. Ethan, he gets in front of Glaive, walks his way around. Glaive's going to be able to shoot him straight into the back of the cranium, shattering his skull, and potentially shattering the hopes and dreams of NRG into round 10 here. It's all up to Cirque, Daps, and Tarek. The triple threat on the T side with 9 seconds. All they had to do was deny the bomb plant, but he prioritizes the wrong target, gets the kill across. Daps trades it onto Glaive. At this point, you're down to a 2v2. The crouch peek from Zipex is effective as Daps will go down in a spiral. And Tarek has a huge task ahead of him. A rough round to be left in. Taps out a couple of warning shots, gets the location of device, spots the push from Zipex, but it will not matter. The defuse is going to come out, and they will go 6-4. A close round, but still not one for the books in NRG.
Something about Glaives and smokes, man.
I know.
Like, he's like a ninja in the dark, and somehow, if he hadn't got that kill, if he'd lost that duel, or if maybe, I do believe it was, I'm not sure who it was, I do believe it was Breezy, had spotted him out and got that kill, that round could have easily gone the way of NRG. And Astralis make it 6-4. I also love the way they played their 1v2 against Tarek. They just flushed him out with all the utility usage, completely outplaying him. However, for NRG, they have gone for a semblance of a half buy. A couple of CZs, a couple of Deegs. We've seen what they can do with those pistols, so Astralis should be quite wary of them, despite having the superior weaponry. Now Dupree clearing out the angle towards Pop Dog. He's going to make his way there as Device is going to strike first. He's going to find Ethan towards the B slope. And going to make his way to safety. Dupree being teased, but he is going to maintain trigger discipline. As NRG, they're spread quite thin. They don't really seem to have a play in mind or waiting for some aggression perhaps. They have the utility, but doesn't really seem like a coordinated play, at least yet. Ooh, Dupree though. Finally, he will have to left click, and he's going to announce his presence as NRG. Now they're gathering up together to probably go for this hit towards the outer bomb side.
It's that little tag across onto the foot of Cirque. But they've linked up. In terms of utility, they have a few flashbangs there, the 1 smoke over on Daps as well. They're going to have to try and work as a unit. And this push from Breeze could be so impactful if he actually does go through the smoke rather, and actually push out depending on the timing. Glaive in the close angle. Sat there waiting for this execution. They're slowly trickling their way out. They're getting further and further towards the site, but it all is about the timing. Dupree with 1 onto Daps. The face from Glaive comes around, and it all falls flat on its face. No success there for NRG. Not even a single frag found as Astralis accumulates 7 rounds already.
7 rounds for Astralis. Pretty much all in a row, apart from that 1 hiccup they had in between due to the heroics of Breezy. And that's a scary thing for NRG, Jackie, is the fact that the 1 round they've had in the buy round, that is round number 9 right there, was due to some heroics coming out, some huge plays coming out from Breezy and Silk as well. Apart from that, just speaking purely from a tactical perspective, they haven't really been able to really find many holes in the CD side defense by Astralis. They're just having to rely on the star players hitting some really nutty shots indeed. As Zipex again going to strike first. Daps is going to be the first casualty, but Silk with a quick trade. This could really work on out. Device, however, replies back onto Ethan, and Glaive out in the open. Oh, and Breezy wins another duel, makes it a 3v3. It's going to push on further down, and this is going to make this retake very, very uncomfortable for Astralis. It might just be the call for the save here.
Looks like they're still advancing for the meantime, but losing the life of Dupree will definitely leave you in such a horrible spot. They realize it is not worth it. The percentage of them winning this one is far too low. Back off, don't gamble it, and just play it safe. See if they push towards you, potentially get some more exit frags here on the go, but it is going to go 7-5. NRG will pick up this round. It's these individual plays, these are the rounds that they're winning, when two players actually pop off. But the problem is, we spoke about this before, right? It's the fact that it's not repeatable.
Well, I mean, as long as they do it, I like what he said. He said individual praise. It does. It is kind of that, right? It's individual prayers hoping you manage to make it pop off against Astralis, and it works out again. Breezy with a crucial double kill. If he hadn't got the second one, they might have gone for the retake, perhaps, if they won that duel. But again, I like what they did there. They're finding more success in a bomb site, and I would like to see them do that more. And then maybe later on in this half, with just 3 rounds remaining, to be honest, they don't have much more time remaining. Yeah. You know, just pressurize it in the bomb site a little bit more, and maybe just go for an out to hit later on in the in this half. But with 3 rounds remaining here, they don't have much breathing space to NRG. For Astralis, they'll be looking to get to round number 10 here real quickly. Again, the nade sailing in, doing so much damage. Tarek is so lucky to get out of there alive.
Oh, Majisk. The advanced stance as he pushes his way down Ivy, and he's going to weed whack his way through the Ruffakans that are waiting outside. Gets that first kill and leaves them back into the 5 versus 4. An awful lot of damage done to everyone on the side of NRG. They are incredibly low, including Tarek, just down to 18 HP. You've got the 2-player setup over towards Ivy, Tarek and Cirque, the only one that has gone unscathed into the round, doesn't take a single sliver of damage just yet. The contact walk up with the AWP scoped in, clearing his angle slowly, but the wide face from Majisk gets the kill. The backstab off on towards Tarek. Still no damage done to Cirque, but he's left on his lonesome. And this is going to make it also much harder. Dupree, he's going to have to advance out here as well. Ethan gets the pick towards the B site. It's an entry, but he's on his own, and the bomb is down towards back Ivy.
Yeah, but Ethan is just doing so much work here, does even a bit more damage. Cirque finds Device, and this round still teetering on an edge here. Dupree's made his way on top of Pop Dog as well. What is even going on? It's all about timing. Oh. And he gets stuns at the worst time possible, but Ethan, he whiffs it, and Dupree's going to make his way down towards Pop Dog. The bomb's going to have to get planted, but Majisk, again, from the heavens, he finds one more. Cirque announces his presence as well. He finds one, but Dupree with immediate trade. Oh, Ethan. Oh, no. That was rough, man.
The timing, it's so unlucky. Literally the millisecond there as he goes for the slow face, expects to just walk, obviously catch Dupree on the rotation out. Instead, he turns back around, loses it in the 1v1. NRG, they had potential into that round, but the mishmash of fights they took didn't quite boil down the way they wanted it to. 8 rounds now picked up for Astralis, looking good as they get closer and closer to the end of this first half here with an effective CT side. Double Molotov in towards Team main early to deny any type of push. Everyone towards Pop is going to be pummeled by Glaive.
That is not ideal in trying to win the round. Still, the penultimate round. The rough thing is for NRG, the money isn't great if they don't win this one. It goes into the final round. Cirque, all alone. There's no one to back him up, and uh-oh, he's been hurt out. Device is going to keep creeping out. It's all about timing, though. Oh, no, he looks the wrong way as the people come up, but he still wins the duels. How does he get a double there? That shouldn't be allowed, and Dap's going to be left alone, and he does land a beautiful shot on the Zipnix, but Glaive with the nade. 9-5 for Astralis.
Looking like they want to take the Big 10. Another pause coming through. NRG using their second pause of their T side here to at least slow things down and talk about it going into the last round. If there's any small tricks they can throw out. Obviously, in terms of the buy, it's not going to be fantastic, so they need some time to work that one out as well with the cash they actually have available to them. I'll be curious to see what they actually do prioritize. It seems like utility is actually the big call.
That is classic Daps, you know. A much more tactical in-game leader. I really do like what he does with all the teams he's been on. The way he's able to kind of unlock the potential of many of the young stars, give a chance to many players who might have been discarded by the more superstar-studded lineups in North America. But here we go, the final round. Like you said, Ethan and Daps. And Tarek with a lot of utility. AK on Cirque, and why not? The guy has been hitting some pretty good shots. He's also top fragging for his team right now. 10 kills for him. T-side of train, nothing to really scoff at. But Astralis, again, harassing that mid area. Unfortunate for them this time around, Zerg is not going to take any damage. There's no one else anywhere in the vicinity as well. As NRG, what's the play here? They are taking control of Brown Halls. Bomb still dropped all the way back, and Zipnix though. This is a pretty aggressive forward angle.
Set themselves up with that utility that they brought to the table here towards the A site. Molotov in towards Pop to try and force him out if he's on the close angle. The double nade down as well, because we've seen Glaive and dupreeh both playing the close position. No one was in there, but it is at least now clear for them to aggress down ever so slightly. The lurk works out so well. Magisk getting overly aggressive towards Ivy. Meets his maker as he pushes up, but dupreeh, he's not content with them losing this round. He wants to slaughter them. Gets a free K. Glaive and Device chime in for the final two, and it will end 10-5 in favor of Astralis. Can Astralis continue the domination? We'll see after the break.
Normal services have resumed.
Ten rounds for Astralis there on their CT side as they were able to decimate and dominate. And quite a few of those rounds, Blair. NRG, if they got any fight left in them, can they bring something to the table here? Moving over to their CT half now.
Yeah, and the odds still definitely in favor of the Danes. For NRG though, if they manage to win the pistol round, convert this anti-ecos, it can make things a little bit more interesting here. 5 rounds is a pretty decent number of rounds to work with when you're going to be switching over to the CT side off train. Their map pick, mind you. It's a map that they are pretty comfortable on. But the problem is who they're facing off against. Astralis. Every one of those players, everyone in the double-digit territory as well. We do have Glaive, especially the in-game leader, top fragging in the server as well. But here we go, Astralis on the T side here of Train. They do have dupreeh on the raid boss by, I think he's got a P250, I'm not sure, but Zipnix, well, he's got to win that duel with the Glock as Tarek trying to find something. He's been looking a little rough here so far in the series. Still very early days though. On T side of Train, it's definitely not that easy to get those frags going. It is right, dupreeh does have the P250. He's kind of like the mini raid boss. Glaive tossing it over to his teammate, trusting in his aim. And Astralis, although they faced off early on, it looks like they're going to still be committing towards this inner bomb site. Smoke's going to be deployed, Flashbang's going to pop as well. And they should kind of have an easy time getting the bomb down here.
They've got control of the site. They can push their way out. Tarek and Ethan, the two men set in stone to attempt to defend it from them, as they will be able to start that plant now. Device going to commit to it as the time starts to tick down. Firing off a couple of warning shots here with a P250, barely missing by Ethan on the advance. Can he actually pull this one out? Oh, the sideline sweep in towards Ipex, gets the first kill. Device goes down as well. It's a 3-on-2 now. And Magisk and Glaive have a lot left to do. Good HE going to be rolling out, barely missing. They're tagging up Tarek. Ethan's going to jump on the bomb to try and bait them to go for the full execution out. They do have a kit. It's on Tarek. They smoke the bomb. Glaive, if he could just deny the defuse, he could have salvaged the round. Instead, though, Cirque finds the flick up to him. And NRG, they take a much-needed pistol.
That was such a good execute by Astralis, right? They win the opening duel as well towards Brown Halls. They have the smoke towards Connector. They get the bomb down, but then some very good shots being hit. And while they were being distracted, Ethan, like you mentioned, peering and slowly creeping up all the way from Oil Train, making sure that retake works out. In the end, unfortunately for Astralis, that nade didn't get a single kill, and Glaive not able to find the kill onto Tarek, who was so very low, mind you. One stray bullet could have been it for NRG, but they do manage to win the pistol round, both the pistol rounds, in fact, on Train.
Well, it puts them into a better position, gives them a little bit more of a lifeline to play with. It just depends if they can actually keep that up. Obviously, Astralis, they buy into it as well. They want to see if they're able to rumble and go toe-to-toe into this round. Ethan, pushing in, gets himself into a bit of a better angle, barely missing the spam that's coming through from Glaive as well. He just taps into the wall, makes his presence known, puts a little bit of fear into them.
Ethan, he has been pretty aggressive so far with that MP9. And Glaive playing distraction. It's going to allow Dupree to peek on out wide, but Tarek is okay. Looked like he might pick up a double there, but Glaive replies back with a nice shot. He's trying to pick up the gun from his fallen teammate, not able to quite find it though. The AK-47, yeah, there it is. Now he's going to find it. Covered by the corpse of Dupree. Bear in mind, Magisk with that, that Krieg Molotov, that's going to ensure he has control of the IV area. That means he can start pincering towards his outer bomb site. This could be a little troublesome for NRG.
Sub 30 seconds left on the clock here. That's going to be about when they strike. It's all about the executioners. They won't have much time to dilly around. They can't have any shenanigans. Cirque finding the first, gets that kill back over onto Device. The spam from Magisk gets one, but at this point, it's all up to Magisk, and he's going to have to make some magic happen into the round, but it's not meant to be. The only magic trick here is watching him disappear.
10-7, Astralis. Well then. NRG, 10-5 was, again, like I said, 10-5 score on the T side is something against almost any other team you'd be pretty happy with, right? It's just about Astralis being kind of the final boss. They haven't dethroned. They are a team on a mission, mind you. They're right now, if you ask me, Jackie, think they're the best looking team in the tournament so far. I'm not just saying about their the way their modeling career is taking off as well, but in the servers too. And this round, however, should be pretty easy for NRG. Bear in mind, if they win this, which they should, 6 of the rounds they've won out of the 8 have been basically the pistol rounds and the anti-ecos. They've only won 2 buy rounds, and yet they're just 2 rounds. They're going to be 2 rounds away from Astralis' score of 10.
There's only so many of those rounds that are that repeatable, though. And Device at least wants to try and make it more costly if they are going to take this one. Only gets 1 head to add to his tally before Daps will trade it back, punishing him with the MP9 in close proximity. But now they have firepower. The investment's going to come through. A delivery of Kalashnikovs has been dropped off at their feet, apart from Device favouring the Krieg going forward into this one. NRG, they've already looked pretty effective on their CT side, of course, versus the weakened investment from Astralis. Now they up against the full strength version, and they're still going to be able to do the same level of damage, Blair.
Well, let's see what they do here. We did see Astralis in a much more aggressive playstyle. And looks like NRG going to be taking a leaf out of their book as well. Aggression coming out. Tarek winning towards Pop Dog. Molotov's going to keep it in bay for a while here. And look at Magisto using the wall of smokes to make his escape out. He's going to spot out the first player. It's going to be Dupree, in fact, who finds Breezy. And Astralis already, with so much time on the clock, they're out towards the outer yard. Tarek in such a precarious position. He needs to win this duel, but up close and personal, it could be Dupree, but no, Tarek will strike once, but isn't spotted out. Now they know where he is. He is getting bothered here as Glaive will get the kill. But in the meantime, Silk finding one, never mind. Magiska just going off. 3 kills for him, back to back. And that's NRG getting completely dismantled.
Yeah, that was big. Really nice spray down there coming through from Magisks. Woke on the server, feeling ready, feeling fired up. Smashes his way through the lot of them. And of course, that's Astralis instantly back on the buy as well. They had cash to splash into that round and they slaughtered them. And now they're still going to be able to carry on. Is that just a blip, or is this just going to be how it's going to be going from this point forward? Astralis just overthrowing every time they actually have an effective buy coming out. That's pretty much what we saw on the CT side, so it wouldn't be too surprising if they start to do it on the T side. Look at this, though. The conga line from NRG, charging their way out through Ivy. They take down both Device and Magisk, but they're still going to keep on going. Dupree looked like he fancied the face, but in the end, he isn't going to go for the swing.
And they haven't lost a single player either. This is huge. And Dupree is hoping to find something. The USP almost gets the kill onto Glaive, but he will survive. And now he knows that inner bomb site is ripe for the taking. Problem is, they're a man down. Good thing is they have the weaponry, and they of course have the armor as well. Zipnik's pushing it deeper towards Connector. He would be looking to get a kill here. They have a flank coming in as well to NRG, but Astralis do have some eyes on that. It's going to be Glaive. 2 quick kills back-to-back as the flank is the last player left alive, and Ethan decides, yeah, he's not going to have any of it. He's going to run away, run for the hills, hold on to the AK-47, and Astralis, despite losing those 2 players early on, they do manage to bounce back in a very, very convincing way.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Like an elastic band, just snapping into the face of NRG right now. And Astralis will secure themselves that 12th round and project themselves into a good spot going forward. Warmed up with the rifles, of course. Glaive. Some big stuff with the AUG to try and thin out the manpower of NRG into that round. But here we go. The AWP investment coming across. Back on Cirque. Give that bad boy that gun and see what he can achieve with it. Normally an absolute powerhouse, just bombards his way through anyone that dares to defy him. Can he do that on the CT side? They've got a good effective bite to play with. Astralis with the AWP on Device as well. This could be a little bit of a sniper battle.
And will the Bulgarian Bulldozer come out on top? He's already on 19 frags. He's been looking pretty solid. And it's a map that he does tend to find great success on. But look at the damage being dealt at Ethan and Tarek. How are they so low already, Jackie?
Yeah, this is really a rough start.
No, how did it even happen? I don't even notice. I did not even notice how they took so much damage early on. They're the CT side.
Yeah, that's absolutely horrible. They've actually had to go for a Bogdan already. So this is rough, right? Because as much as Bogdan is a good play to utilize, you got to remember, obviously, Tarek isn't Cirque when it comes down to those ridiculous AWP flicks he's been hitting, and he's been fired up with the AWP today.
Indeed, and Cirque, he is feeling adventurous. This is ballsy from him. Luckily for him, the timing is great. He's found himself in a good position, peeks on out wide, goes for the spray, doesn't quite get the kill. He's still somehow alive, though, hiding at the edge of the smoke. But that's great. It's going to keep them at bay for the time being, but the bomb site has been compromised. This is a little chaotic. As the Ethan finds Glaive, Ethan finds 2 of them through the smoke. How is that even possible as Device, meanwhile, plucks Breezy out? They still know where Cirque is. And the fact that he's still alive here is so crucial for NRG as Daps joins the party. He finds Dupree was trying to be cheeky. Tarek with the AWP is going to strike, and it's left all on Magisk in a 1v4.
This man, the highest rated player over the course of the event so far. Magisk has really been showing that he's still the cream of the crop when it comes down to all of these rounds. Wasn't able to clutch that one out, but you can't really blame him. Astralis utilizing their first pause here as well. They might still be in the lead, but they want to take a moment to actually talk about things and work out what they want to do before they get back into this one.
Yeah, and just goes to show, man. I mean, trainers of map Astralis aren't very well known for. Yes, they've won some pretty big events, like very famously when they beat VP for the, I do believe, the first major win a couple of years back. a great map they had on Train, but they're not really known for being a solid Train team, right? They can't play the map, but they're more known for the other maps where they're pretty much gods on. And the fact that they're so good even on a map which is probably one of the best maps of NRG just got to show the depth that his team have, even though they've been dethroned. Let's not forget they're still probably one of the best Counter-Strike teams we've ever seen. And for NRG, despite being on a more favored side, despite just 3 rounds separating them and Astralis, and despite the fact that Astralis are right now in an eco, they should not lift their foot off the pedal. Looks like it's a attack pause here.
Yeah, it seems like it. Obviously, straight out of the pause into another pause, potentially maybe a technical
issue. I'm sorry.
Actually, yeah, arising. Seems like it's been sorted out though, as we're back to the normal freeze time. No, all right, something's afoot, Blair. Something's gone wrong.
I don't want to see that. You definitely don't want to see that. In the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit about what Astralis have in store for us here, right? They have opted to go for kind of a mixed buy, a few upgraded pistols, a little bit of utility being purchased as well. And the utility is being purchased primarily just by 2 players, that is Glaive and Device. So could be seeing a set piece coming out, probably towards Inner, probably try and explode out and use the smokes, try and close the distance between the pistols and the rifles, and hope that NRG aren't playing up close and personal towards the inner bomb set. Let's see what they do here. Could be wrong, could be an out play as well, but just looking at that buy, it does... Oh, yeah, I'm wrong. It is going to be an Ivy play here, by the looks of it. Ooh, flash is pouring out, but early Molotov, they're not going to care. They're going to come pushing it. This is fast pace! Ooh. And Breezy caught napping. Tarek is there, though, and the smoke is, however, actually going to give cover for the T's to make their way out. And how is Device even there? Tarek's going to hit the ground. And just like that, 2 players down for NRG.
That was rapid. They hit them with a high-speed tempo. They weren't ready for it. The Astralis bullet train through Ivy. And the bullet brained straight through Tarek. Delivered by Device, the harbinger of death that still keeps on giving. Glaive as well, the pistol punisher, connects the headshot on towards Ethan. All of these kills have just been in a matter of seconds. There has been no time for NRG to even really respond. Daps is the only one that gets given an opportunity to have a bit of a fair fight.
This is so ludicrous. 4 kills, all of the back of the pistols, fast pace from Astralis. They even went for the Ivy play. And NRG, yeah, they were probably not expecting that. Extreme pace by Astralis. Daps. Well, he does get a couple of kills, though. And I do believe he will try and salvage his AWP, but the hunt is on. Astralis know that NRG's money is not exactly that great. So they can take away Daps and show it doesn't save the AWP. That would be great for them, as they could slowly crawl towards a magic number of 16 Daps with the RPS. I think there's a player there. He finds another one. If the bomb going to detonate, he might just be able to save this one. All of that being said, there is a player who is trying to hunt for him. No, they're going to hold on to the AUG and the AK-47, and Daps will save the AWP for his teammate. Going to be dropped over to Cirque. Question is, what's Daps going to do here? They can go for the buy. Yep, AUG's going to be purchased by Ethan and Daps. I'd like to see Daps drop that over towards Breezy, to be very honest. There we go. I think he heard me.
Yeah, you made it work. History in the making right there. As they do get back into this. Round 23. 13-9. A whole lot on the line here for NRG if they want to actually get back into this. Early damage already transferred as well. These nades from Team A have been so effective into these rounds to just strip NRG of early health. And Zipex is on the defense as well, expecting potential shenanigans to be coming out from the B-bomb site.
A little bit of a switch up in the way they've been playing this in a bomb site for NRG with the AWP towards upper brown halls. Daps playing the anti-flash. MP9 ready and waiting in case Cirque does get pressurized. And a pretty forward positioning from all the players of NRG. They've pretty much given up Ivy. And we do see the smoke wall being tossed in. A nice counter smoke from the CTs. Ethan drops Glaive. That's a bomb out in the open. And they're going to keep pushing on out. Look at Magis just running out like a madman. And he's going to find one. Zipix finds Daps. And Ethan, he did so much damage, but doesn't quite get the kill. Breezy now, though, getting tested by Magisk, but he's going to come out on top. It's a 3v3 bomb drop, but I say that. And it's been picked up by Dupree as they will fall on back to regroup and reconsider their options that they have available in front of them. Zipix is sneaking his way out, though.
Tiptoes his way down through the smoke. Cirque Doesn't quite spot him as the smoke dissipates, so they allow them towards the site. He will see a foot and he'll take the fight. Overthrows device with the first kill. Oh, Cirque! The wrist breaker! My goodness, this man just makes me feel things, Blair.
Oh, what? Yeah, I would really like to see a replay of that in ultra slow motion. That was ridiculous.
That was absolutely wild. I feel a bit ill after that.
My word.
Oh, we got it.
Okay, there we go, there we go. Okay, the first one, quick. This. Oh, Jesus.
He's unreal, isn't he? He's just sick at the game.
That was ridiculous, man. Holy Christ. Well, there you have it. Skill and display by Cirque, and he's going to need to do more of that for NRG to grind back into this game. For the time being, the crucial win for them, as Astralis are going to be using up yet another tactical timeout. They're still with the 3-round lead. And bear in mind, NRG did lose that anti-eco, so that's pretty worrying signs. And Astralis could potentially try and take advantage of that. They do have this tendency to catch NRG napping. And they could try and speed things up again a little bit here. Although, that being said, they have a lot of utility. A full buy is going to be coming in. Let's see what they do with this.
Here's the thing as well, though, right? Obviously, I touched on the fact that for me, Cirque is that main showstopper that if they're going to get into it to actually make this game work, Cirque's got to be popping off. He's got 21 kills, 3 assists to 16 deaths. He has been wrecking face with the AWP. The momentum's there. The CT side actually looks like it's starting to come together. They've been able to get cash out as well, so it's not as if they're going into this with a stunted buy. They're going in headstrong. They're going to be able to face off versus Astralis mano a mano. This could still be good. They could still build from this. You know what? I don't think they're out of the woods just yet. I think they can carry on here and keep this game going.
That's such a crucial position for him because he wants to avoid... Oh, Zork, lucky to stay alive. Daps coming to his rescue, finds one, but he's getting hunted down by Glaive as Tarek's going to get another kill. Device finds Tarek in the meantime. Bear in mind, this is kind of a force buy for Astralis, and Daps creeping up. They have no idea. He's going to spot the player. Device going to fall. And it's going to leave it all on Magisk and Glaive as Cirque is going to strike once more. And Glaive, he's playing the long con here.
Oh, he is indeed. He is being a hell of a cheeky gamer, hoping that they're going to rotate off, seeing what they're actually going to get up to. Daps just locked in position. All right. He's going to be backing his way off, slowly trickling his way out of there, past the oil train. He'll spot Cirque. He'll now know the location of 2 different men into this round. If he kills Cirque, he's got a free AWP to play with. He could backstab him, gets the kill, grabs the AWP, now knows the location of Daps. If Daps peeks into him, it could have been a whole lot juicier. Instead, the rotation comes around. Glaive will fall. And it does go 13 to 11. NRG, they're keeping it close. They're 2 rounds away from equalization. Bear in mind, unless Astralis do something very, very much Astralis-like, this round should go the way of NRG. They have a stunted investment going into it. They don't have much money. Well, we see a Deagle coming through. That's about it for Astralis.
They did commit a lot into that round, right? They had the full investment of utility, the 2 against the AWP, and they did come down to the wire. And Glaive, for a moment there, I was expecting something truly ridiculous, but it's not to be. NRG now have a golden opportunity to try and close the gap, tie things up with NRG, with Astralis. I still think, like, I'm a little tongue-tied right now because that Cirque shot still rattling around my brain. But here we go to Astralis. They have no utility to speak of, just a few Glocks. I do believe there's a Deagle in the mix, a couple of Deagles in the mix as well, but there should be a slaughter towards the B-bomb site. If they do opt to go for it, no, instead, looks like they're having second thoughts about it. Probably using this as kind of like a timeout, you know, like a classic existence timeout where they just play the eco round slowly. They don't really do anything crazy. Just talk things out, wonder what they're going to do here. Because even at 13 rounds, the way NRG is putting up this defense, Cirque expecting the white peak, not really rattling it off. And he's going to reposition himself. But yeah, Astralis probably just talking things through right now. Not really over-eager to give themselves up towards the center bomb site. But it is going to be the interplay coming in, and it should be a pretty comfortable shooting gallery for Daps and Cirque.
Smoke's going to go down over towards the ramp, so if they do push through, I'll be running out exposed. Instead, they try and bunny hop their way down towards the site. Cirque will get the first, Cirque for the second. Looks like he wants the third, and the hat trick is gifted to him as he leaps his way across the trains, looking like Cirque Man, the Spider-Man, as he dives into action. Tarek with a 2K. He wasn't quick enough to deny the plant, but he will at least deny them the round. Only Daps was the casualty for NRG into this round, as it will go 13-12. Astralis, the reinvestment is there. The opportunity has arose. They have money to pump back in. The AWP is there for Device. Everyone else is bringing the AKs out to play. But is it time to watch Astralis slay, Blair?
Well, time will tell. It's got to be... there's a little disappointing with Dap, so he should have at least got at least one kill there, prevented the plant from taking place. And with that plant, it's going to allow Astralis to go for a pretty solid buy here. Device, once again, with the big green zoom banger. I love saying that word. Machine made it a thing, and I'm ensuring that no one forgets about it. Tarek pushed up towards Pop Dog. And I love this aggressive hold coming out from the CTs, but that being said, Tarek saving Ethan, but that's exposed himself. Now they know exactly where he is, and it's gonna be... What? Oh. What?
Hang on a minute. They go back up to the kill on Daps! What on earth is this madness?
What is going on? Ethan finds Glaive in the meantime. Ethan is just blessed at this point. How is he even alive? I don't know. And Ethan somehow jumping over the bullets, channeling his inner Neo. And finally he will fall, and it takes the wall bang, I do believe, by Device to find him. And now it's a 2v2. Take it away, Jack. I need a breather here.
This is absolutely wild, Blair. I honestly don't blame you. We're into a 2 versus 2. It's slowed down now. Finally, the pace is actually going to dial back a little bit. There's 50 seconds left to play with. NRG are literally going blow for blow with Astralis at every opportunity they have been given here. And now there's 40 seconds left for this one to have some incredible moments. And I guarantee there's still going to be some. As Device and Cirque, the AWPers, waiting to try and have a field day. Who's going to find that first pick? The white swing comes around. Say goodbye to Zipex as he's had his scalp peeled off. The peek from Device, though. He gets the flick up on towards Cirque. It's all on the 1v1. Switches it out. Prefers the AUG in the close-range combat. Deviating round through Connector. He's going to go to B and try and stake a claim as his own territory. He'll arrive on the scene with just enough. Get that bomb down. Time is of the essence here. Slowly pushing back. The beat comes around. The AUG beats the AUG. The CT side will win it. They take the round, Blair. It's 13-13.
Scores are tied, and what? That was insane from Breezy. Device had just the perfect read. His crosshair was on his head, and he still wins the duel. What an absolute star. That was brilliant. You had Device and Zipnix on the side of Astralis, and you had Cirque and Breezy, 2v2. That was
what else could you ask for, right?
What else could you ask for? And there was mouth-watering, and Breezy comes out on top. The final, the penultimate time getting taken by Astralis. Now they're being forced to think. Now they're sweating out a little bit here because NRG tying things up and being on the CT side. That's going to make things a little spicy here.
Yeah, this is actually outrageous. You think about the potential of where this game could go from here. We could be looking at NRG actually being able to pick this one up. After that, we've got Nuke as our second map. We could be in for one hell of a gem if things carry on the way they are. 25 kills for Cirque, 88 ADR, rivaled, of course, only by Glaive on the side of Astralis with 23 kills to his name, rocking 95 ADR. Those are the two top dogs that have been performing through the roof into this opening match here on Train. It's a best of 3 to see who is going to be placed in the semi-finals and who will only be moving forward towards the quarter-finals. Right now, it's all tied up. We're here on Train. Who is booking that first-class ticket to the semis? We'll find out.
Well, Astralis now, they look like they're men on a mission. As Tarek, the flashback is great though, with his final one, playing around the E-box, looking to duel it out, and he's getting hunted down. However, Zipix and Glaive will strike simultaneously with Cirque with a very quick trade. Man advantage still very much with NRG, as Cirque finds yet another one. He is being a beast, but this man's still alive. As Zipix in a 1v3 makes that a 1v2, and is going to be just running all the way, legging it towards an inner bomb, so he'll make that right in time as well. Going to be able to cross on over, but Breezy has managed to avoid a Molotov as well. 1v2 Zipnix. Oh, we know he loves this one.
You put Zipnix in a clutch, you expect to see him do some damage, but the flip side to that is, the counterpoint is that you have Cirque, the absolute Bulgarian bulldozer, the man that has just been crushing his way through everyone. 1 kill away from the 30, 4 frags in 1 round, and how many times has he done this? We spoke the whole day about the fact that these type of rounds are not repeatable. Well, you know what, for Cirque, they very much are.
I mean, we did touch upon the fact that it's Train, and if Cirque does come out, it can be something really cool to watch. And it looks like he is going to be the difference maker here between NRG and Astralis. 2 rounds away from taking map number 1, their map pick. And Astralis, though, well, they do have the weaponry to work with. Can they make the round work, though, is the question on everyone's lips. As once again, NRG, they have a play again towards Popduck. I do believe it's Ethan this time around instead of Tarek. But this, I like the way Tarek and Ethan are playing towards the outer bomb side, the outer yard area, making things a little rough for Astralis. Molotov prime by Glaive. Ethan just waiting for it. Not gonna get baited out. Gonna reposition himself. Oh! Completely deleted. Cirque is going to find another one. He finally misses a shot. He shows that he is human after all. But Ethan continues his reign of terror towards Popduck. 2 players left alive for Astralis, and NRG 2 kills away from getting map point.
That was sick from Ethan. That was actually sick. He just wrecked him there on the cross, and now we're left literally down into the 2 versus 4. You've got a minute left on the clock. Magisk and Zipex, the last 2 boys for the Astralis side that have everything to do, or this is going to be match point given to NRG. They're heading over towards B. They want to try and go out with a bang on this B bomb site. Daps, jump spotting it, trying to get a read, clearing towards upper, sees them towards lower, knows the play is coming through, the rotation's there, everyone is swarming. The NRG killer bees are on the move as they arrive on the scene. Ethan's in the rear, he's going to get the adjustment off, and it all comes down to Magisk. He might be the highest rated player so far this tournament, but is he going to be the clutch master? No. The 15th round goes the way of NRG. No matter what, we are seeing an overtime unless NRG take Train.
It's actually happening.
Yeah.
It's actually happening. NRG, they came into this tournament with Daps, and everyone's like, yeah, that's not fair. They should have Stan playing for them. Daps played with them. He's going to be leaving the team after this tournament. They're already right now guaranteed a playoff spot. They're now right now fighting for the semi-final spot. And they are 1 round away from taking map 1 against Astralis, the reigning champions.
I still think it's kind of unfair, the fact they've clearly got a 6-man roster, because Cirque has got to be 2 men. 30 kills, the amount of damage he's been having with that AWP, the sheer impact he's had, and the style it's been done. He is not only finessing on fools, but he's doing it in such a way it's beautiful to watch. And this could be the play that ends it all as well. IV control instantly coming through. He's going to breeze them all away. Hits them with a high wind, but Device with a P90...
They're just digging in deep here. They are literally digging to the bottom of the barrel. Like, all right, what do we got to do, guys? The P90. All right, that's going to work. Well, it does get a kill, though. And Cirque, he spots the shoulder out. He's not going to be fooled by any shoulder peaks. Finds Glaive. And 1 by 1, the Danes do fall, leaving Dupree, Device, and Zipnix with a lot of work to do. They really have no control of anything. Ivy has been completely relinquished. Device waiting for anyone to peek on further out. That's not going to happen. 2 players towards inner, 2 players towards outer. Ethan on top of Blue Train, lying in wait like a hawk. The double drop comes in towards Pop, but the 2 players are ready and waiting for them.
Oh, Blair. We could be in for such a treat here. Ethan with a pick over on towards Dupree. At this point, it just comes down to Device and Zipex to try and bail them back and save Astralis' bacon here on Train. He gets the pre-fire across, takes down Tarek. He's got 1 HP left. Device, he's in such a horrible position here, but at least he has support of his teammate. The rotation over towards the B site, 30 seconds left on the clock. Every second that ticks down, they're going to be feeling it. They go for the switch over. Zipex taking the Krieg, Device sticking to the AK to hopefully get off those 1-tap headshots, but he's got to be quick on the draw. They physically cannot afford to miss, and Taps! Call him Taps! As he rips their heads off oh so easily, 16-13, NRG pick it up on Train.
Well, I'm just saying, man, that was a sick 1-tap to close things out. Okay, we have a game in our hands today. Astralis down a map. That being said, it is Train, the map coming from NRG. Yeah. But let's be honest, we didn't expect Astralis to lose the first map. We thought it was going to be a 2-0. I think everyone had that in mind. And now it's going to be Nuke. Here's the thing, though. It's a map that NRG did not ban out initially. They can play Nuke. And right